See, look, he needs Liz.
Well, hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to QuickBooks Labs number 85. Maybe I should update the title at some point. Yeah, we got to 85 of them and still can't get this right. My name's Patrick. Thank you very much for coming along, etc., etc. We'll go through the proper intros and all that sort of stuff first. First of all, let's talk who's on this room. So, hashtag audit Amy. Who are you? Why are you here?
Hello, everyone. I'm Amy Hancock. I'm an accountant and auditor based in Dunstable, Bedfordshire, and a lover of QuickBooks.
Good. I like that. Yeah, well done. Hashtag he knows all the systems inside and out. Sigh. Well, we've not got your hashtag, so
That's the longest hashtag ever. I don't need a hashtag. Hi, I'm Simon. I am the software advisory manager at Moore Kingston Smith, a top 10 firm based around the UK. But yeah, deal with all sorts of systems, including QuickBooks, obviously.
Including QuickBooks. And then the returning OG, the godfather himself, hashtag net tracker. Keeps your assets in check? Is that the right term? Something like those.
It's month end made easy now, Aaron.
Month end made easy. Sorry. I'm just not keeping up to date. Ash, who are you right here?
Yeah, Ash Beatson, QuickBooks trainer, TWN member since 2014, and yeah, co-founder of NetTracker, and the original, well, not the original presenter, the duo of QuickBooks Labs.
Yeah, and before that, a webinar series as well. If you really OG members,
yeah, the QuickBooks Apps series, yeah.
Apps.
Well, when was that? That was a little while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was in my old house, so 10 years. Don't want to say that out loud, but yeah. No, maybe 8, maybe 9.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Welcome to the QuickBooks Labs podcast, the final ever QuickBooks Lab podcast, but it's part of the Ask the Accountant Network, podcast network for accountant bookkeepers, supported by our amazing Patreon community. If you didn't catch today's episode, just be aware our Patreon is going on a nice pause. It's for good reasons. We can't explain why those reasons are happening, but changes are afoot, blah, 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 blah. Just in case you get any emails, all that sort of stuff. Everything's going on pause. You still have access to everything. We're still going to put as much content as we can, blah, 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 blah. But our list of the coolest of cool listeners is Paul Whitehouse, Kirsty St. John, Mahu, and Peter Richardson. So thank you very much for your continued support. And again, it's going to go on pause. You won't be charged, but thank you so much for being there. As I said, I'm your host. We're live. Everything else doesn't really feel relevant to go through, right? Because it's all plug in for the next episode. So we'll skip the intro and we'll go straight into it. We wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for people actually coming in, chatting away and talking, including Kirsty St. John, who says, the last one, I'm crying. Thanks very much. I've picked up some tips and some news from you over the years. Oh, thank you very much, Kirsty. Thank you for your continued support. Paul Whitehouse says, don't have to make the lives, but had to make this effort today. Thank you so much, Paul. Really, really appreciate you being here. Paul says, I remember it well. Welcome, Ash. So welcome there directly to you, Ash. And Unknown RUVI says, howdy. Howdy to you too, sir. But yeah, if you've got any comments, bits, or anything else, and please put them in there. We're going to be a very different show today because we're actually I created a montage to start us off with, to go back through the years, look at all the bits that have come in. And at any point, if you want us to pause, stop, or anything, just shout up and we can pause as we go along. Or we can watch it to the end and go from there. So we're going to use a little add to stage button. we're going to press play. Just make sure that you can hear me or hear the video, and we'll go from there. If you want to speak, shout up. See you at the end. Well, hello, everybody. So this is our final ever QuickBooks Labs episode, which seems surreal to say, but I thought we couldn't have a final episode without a little montage. So cue the montage, have a look at the memories, and we have news about what's coming next. Stay tuned. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our pilot episode of QuickBooks Labs. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to QuickBooks Labs. I think this monthly way of doing it actually works really well, Ash, because we have actually got news for you all today.
Fantastic, thanks, Aaron. Yes, it's me, Ash Peterson, QuickBooks trainer / bookkeeper / accountant, software developer, one of the men behind NetTracker, making fixed assets easy / very easy. But over to you, Aaron.
But we can go through our predictions that we made.
They want to, employ me as a designer and tester, and we'll get it sorted in no time.
If we could just show the screen, Lizzie, that would be great. But the idea is that every year we come and we do a tier list. There we are. Right. Okay. Hey. Cool. So as a recap, and this is a bit of a thing down memory lane as well.
Okay. It's just you and Ash.
Yeah, me and Ash, and it was
before I was cool enough to be invited.
2020 would have been 20.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough to be invited at this point. You were still ignoring my messages.
So at this point, there we are in our older. There's Ash in his old house as well. We had in 2020 the game changers. We'll only go through the game changers here. But in that year, we had journal entries coming through, the ability to import journal entries.
Yep.
Then we had year 2 of it. So I had
still not cool enough to be involved.
No. Ash with his NetTracker t-shirt on, at his old house still. And me, at least I had my what to call it back there, but not a single game changer that year. Then we had last year. There you are. You are there in your old. You are there in your old
I
one.
even had a QuickBooks hoodie.
I'm not sure.
In my old spare room,
where I was sitting there, that seems a bit strange. But anyway, that's.
You were probably out traveling again.
No, that's definitely my room, but it just looks very odd, doesn't it?
Had a few revamps since then.
Game changer was team certification. You know, the ability
to view it. Yes,
exactly.
Then I can beat people that haven't done
it.
Go on.
You're not allowed to talk about this one. QuickBooks Practice Manager. What does Aaron Patrick think about it?
Amnesty Day.
We've not had a game changer for a while.
Now we've got 3.
And JV is 2 of these. So does that mean he gets a statue? Does he finally get a statue?
I mean, for those that aren't, this is like a squared office space, and behind Aaron is just like a drop for 5 floors. In my humble opinion,
that's where the statue
there should be a statue that's 5 floors up, filling this space just of JV.
Oh, thank you, everyone. I think that's
very good.
We didn't get a game changer this year, which is always a bit of a disappointment in my eyes. But hey, we got to keep them accountable, right? Like, this is the whole point. It's 2025 is when we will, if they release Into Assist in any form, it's guaranteed game changer, right? So
It's been a busy year. Busy year. And
we're not a single game changer in 2024.
The only way is up. I feel like we've given them a to-do list.
Well, that's what the point of this is, isn't it? Like,
yeah, we love you, really. We'll help. I'm going to be playing around with these agents a bit more. Definitely, I think I'm not using it to its potential so far.
Welcome, everybody, and I hope you like change, because I'm already a little bit, this doesn't feel right. That's not our intro, but we'll get used to it. Welcome to the QuickBooks Lab podcast, everybody, the UK's #1 QuickBooks podcast, recorded monthly as we explore tips, tricks, and shortcuts. Okay, then, everybody. So, How's this one? Right,
whole
okay,
episode
everyone.
is
So we
just
have
that,
an
isn't
update for you regarding a reimagined payroll connector by QuickBooks.
Hello, am I live now? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so there are two new features.
Hello, everybody, and very well welcome to a very different episode of QuickBooks Labs, part of the ASCII Accounting Network, podcast network for accountants, bookkeepers, supported by our amazing Patreon community. Every show we start off with the coolest of cool listeners, which are Paul Whitehouse, Kirsty St. John, Mahul, Millie, and Peter Richardson. Thank you very much, everyone. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Today we are going to basically watch the Intuit Go, see what it's like. Intuit Connect 2026 watch along. We've never done this before. What could go wrong? I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
And the new feature I'm excited to share is the ability to add calculated fields with custom formulas directly within reports.
Finally.
In QuickBooks Online Advanced, the improved KPI scorecard gives you and your clients a bird's eye view into the business. From here, you can manage and create new KPIs, enhanced with chart of accounts and period-based formulas.
Boom. Hello, buddy, and a very warm welcome to a very special episode of QuickBooks Labs. This episode is live and in person from QuickBooks Connect 2023. Yeah, so Nick Williams, it's been great for you to come. Do you want to introduce yourself and then give us some?
Thank you so much. Yes. How do I feel? Well, firstly, what an amazing venue.
Yeah.
I mean, looking out the window and all of this, but then looking inside, even better. I mean, I'm just so amazed. It felt, when I said at the start, it felt like a family reunion. So many faces that we haven't seen for so long. And with this is because during that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisor, their bookkeeper. And you all did phenomenal work for small business.
We're a bunch of accountants, so maybe there wasn't the whooping that I was probably expecting for some of them. I was expecting, if I'm honest, I was expecting more of a hey when some of the announcements were made. But actually, when you look and talk to people, see the glint in their eyes, see what they can, that's the real.
We were all inwardly whooping. I gave one shout out.
I got told to calm down.
Yeah, I think I deafened you when I whooped.
Well, you know, our previous conferences, we never, in the UK, the whoop register, we need to ramp this up. So
no, exactly.
Intention today.
Yeah, we've both seen the American version where the whooping goes through the roof. But yeah.
We need to compete with that. That's what we need to
One
get
day.
to.
Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to a special edition of QuickBooks Labs. This is QuickBooks Labs, where we're actually live at QuickBooks Get Connected 2024 in Woolwich.
Hey, I'm Tom Herbert. I'm the technology editor for Accounting Web.
And it is a bucket list to actually have Tom on our podcast. So thank you very much for coming along. Hello, buddy, and welcome to QuickBooks Labs. We're here actually at the event of QuickBooks Connect 2025. We're actually at the QuickBooks Tips and Tricks stand, and I've got my QB Labs people with me and also an honorary guest. Now, it's an annual guest, Tom Herbert. So, Tom, first of all, explain to the world who you are and why you're here. Hello, buddy, and a very warm welcome to one of the most exciting episodes of QuickBooks Labs we've ever had. This is a very impromptu, very purpose for this time, this date, and everything else, because today's launch day. Yeah. It's finally here. Okay. Little things of NDA book. Finally.
Throw it.
Gone. That's it. Don't have to talk about anything in that NDA book ever again, right? Well, that's not true, but you get what I mean. So we're here for Intuit HQ itself. We are here for the Accounting Council. May look like there's no one here, but that's because they haven't opened the doors yet. You'll see behind us people starting to come in very, very soon.
People, MTD agents
that
can't do it for their own practice.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
I get it.
Insert swear
I
word.
get it.
She's come in with a list.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
We thought today was a celebration.
That one's for you, Nadine.
We are celebrating though.
Yeah. Hello, buddy. It's reviewer Aaron here. Correction corner. So you're about to listen to the next part of QuickBooks Labs podcast.
Cheese.
Hello.
Yay. Hello, buddy, and a very warm welcome to another exciting episode of QuickBooks Labs, brought to you by the ASCII Accounting Network. And we're here on location here at the Woolwich Centre. Woolwich, something of
Works.
Yeah. We're at QuickBooks Get Connected. Let's be frank about it. So, like we did last year, we're here again to give you some insights into what was just announced on stage, and we couldn't be more excited to be here.
It was a bit shocking. I mean, so the first announcement came out, said 3,000 worldwide, and then gradually realised that it's a lot of the people that we spend a lot of time with. Okay, not the CIS side. Oh, let's bring that out, because I'm going to be banging on about that for the rest of my life. That's fine. I've come to terms with it.
Cheers, everyone. We're double park. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to QuickBooks Labs. We're here at Accountex. This place is absolutely buzzing. And the buzz around it for me is that the software itself, the product, actually had a load of updates today.
I was like, that wasn't there literally 2 seconds ago. Yeah.
The blimp is above
We got the blimp as well. But yeah, it's little things like that make our lives easier, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Amy, you got to see the swag, I believe. What was the swag situation like?
So, first level of swag, if you get your badge scanned, you get a fan, a handheld fan, or sweat towel. The reason I went for the sweat towel is to go with my yoga mat. So I've already said it's on brand.
So we've got the beer fridge kind of flowing over. It reminds me of actual QuickBooks, their office, right?
Their office is like that. What? They're all drunk at 11 o'clock in the morning. Is that what you mean?
I meant there's a nice beer opportunity.
There is a nice beer opportunity at the right time of day. Let's be honest about it. But yeah, at the right time of day, they're good.
Right, let's go stand over in that corner. I think.
Let's carry
I
on.
just noticed that another reason why I can't.
You know what? I feel
run
like
round the running track
who's
is
the guy who does the
massive
trains?
weight.
All right then. So
I'm doing this.
oh, look at this! We did it.
Yes, we made the stage.
So stay tuned. See you on the next one. I said bye from me.
It's a bye from me.
Goodbye from her.
As a goodbye from me. That was like the perfect timing.
As an accountant, I've got something to say. I'd like to introduce you to a whole new way to help small business clients. It's easy as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. QuickBooks Online. Accounting you can customize. Just sit back and relax. It works with over 300 apps. It can sync up with
Client Engager,
PayPal or
NetTracker,
Shopify, and with
Go
Pattern
Cardless,
you
Get Paid
can
Easy,
analyze. With
Crest Call,
QuickBooks you'll get paid instantly.
Smooth,
Stitch Labs tracks your
Funding Options,
QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks Online. You save money and time.
QuickBooks Labs.
Oh God.
And there we have it. There was a little look back in memory lane. Going there. We'll make sure that's available. Make sure that's
yes, on socials.
Why do I want to watch it again? I don't know, but it will be there to go there. As Kirsty said,
Just for your hair. Just for your hair.
Yeah.
And
There
beard.
should have just been a montage of Aaron's hair.
Yes.
And how many times Amy said CIS.
Yeah.
We kind of
I'm
missed
still
out on
playing
that.
it.
Yeah, has it been fixed yet, or is it still not working properly?
Ash, don't get me started,
All right,
honestly.
yeah. We'll park that one.
Yeah, we want to try and we're just trying to stop today's episode, if that's all right, to an end. Chris St. John says, lol, that beard. Ash, you haven't changed, says Chris. I think that's a nice positive, isn't it? Well done. Yeah, it's the karate you're doing. That's what keeps you in tip-top condition. That hair, says Chris St. John, and says, did you put this together, or Lizzie? I put this together. I couldn't ask Lizzie to go doing it. To go through from there. Charlie's just
That was
messaged saying,
awesome. That was so good.
Yeah.
I think it was the skinhead. It was the skinhead that did it for me. I've never seen that.
That was the worst haircut. Don't have that again.
Was that lockdown? I had to do myself? It could have been.
He went nuts and just went like this.
The best way.
Yeah, I had to attack my own hair. I've got thoughts, so people go around the room. What's your lasting memory of the QuickBooks Labs? Go on, hashtag order. Amy, you get to go first.
I mean, I was so nervous to do this. But I have really learned a lot along the way. While we've been on air and things have popped up, it's been great. I mean, I like from Get Connected. I like getting together, us actually being together and having a laugh with it. And pulling in people from different directions, some of the QuickBooks teams, and having a chat with them and getting some live feedback from them. So that's been good, actually being together at the Get Connected events, and Accountex more recently with a wine.
It's how all good podcasts should be had, with beer and wine.
Exactly, and a blimp.
Right, exactly. And a blimp.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's your overlasting memories of QuickBooks Labs?
I was trying to remember when I joined. Was it? That's the bit I was trying to remember. But obviously,
I think you, Charlie, and Amy came in at the same time.
22, 23, somewhere around there.
I was last.
Yeah, Amy was the baby of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just always a good. I think it took us a while to all gel, but then after a while, like by the end, it was just like that last bit showed when we were all at Accountex. That's like,
yeah,
that was our vibe at the end, and that's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we'll be taking into the new world, hopefully.
Yeah, 100%. And I think what that showed as well, because we tried to do things like that bit in the middle. So I left it in there purposely, but we tried to make shorts during the episode.
Yeah, we did that, and it always fell apart if Lizzie wasn't here. Like we've got a new thing, and then we'd be like, yeah, we've done this, and we press buttons, and it would just all fall apart in comical fashion. But we just carried on, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's also the thing that's changed is like, obviously we were around at the beginning, like how much the product has changed, for better or for worse. We like there's been good things and bad things and awful things and things that have never happened or still not happened.
Yeah.
But it's constantly been. Just nothing stayed the same for longer than 2 weeks. It feels like. Yeah, that was it really.
Ash, OG.
Well, yeah, that musical was just a classic, wasn't it? I forgot about that. Yeah, I feel bad that I should have just stayed on. I should have carried on with them.
You should have done.
Yeah. Never mind. You know, you have these days, and then you think, oh, I won't swear. But then you go, and yeah, that's how it goes.
So what's your over thingy memory? Because you were there for the Nick Williams one, and that's personally one of my favorites.
Yeah, was that the one after COVID?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been the years go so quickly, because what has it been? Must be 3 or 4 years since I probably stopped doing it, isn't it? Or is it not that long? Oh no, it can't be. Probably 2 or 3 years then.
Yeah, I think it's 3. It rings a bell.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we first started doing it, there was I was always crapping myself before we were doing it, and you think you're trying to, because we were sort of always reviewing something, and you think, oh God, have I got on my notes properly, or did I actually, we might be doing something, I don't know, transfer mate or whatever it might have been. You sort of think, did I actually test that properly, or did I?
Yeah.
I think
things have changed since you went last. We just do stuff on the fly and hope that.
I think sometimes we've probably put too much pressure on ourselves. We thought, I must spend the next or the lot. I've got to spend at least 2 days trying to review this, but I should have just half an hour should have been enough.
And what's your first impression?
Sorry, I was going to say, if you prepare and then you open it up and it'll be different to when you looked at it yesterday. So I just do my own little correction corner now, because I can still get it wrong. I'm like, oh, this is it. No, it's not. Where's it gone?
Well, to be fair, there's enough of us to keep us all accountable, right? Like if any of us was to go off on a little tangent and say, mainly Charlie, let's be honest, but if Charlie was go off on a little tangent, we can go, Charlie, they fixed that 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like there's enough of us to kind of keep us all in check. So yeah. To me, it is definitely those events. The most impactful bits of memories I've got. I also love I love doing the tier list, and I know it kind of was a bit difficult to kind of portray on the medium, especially if you were a listener. I know I've had that feedback quite a lot, that the tier list was just unaudible. Like you couldn't really listen to it. And I think back in the day for us, Ash, I think we did a lot of video first content, right? And it was very much a video first podcast.
Yeah,
but I feel like we've learnt over that to try and bring it in, because it is the listeners, on the podcast side of things, that's our biggest audience, right? So we have tried to kind of bring that in. So I love doing the tier list. I love that idea of trying to kind of rank and trying to say what it is. And it is interesting to go back and have a look at what was promised and what we were shouting about and what we kind of care about now.
I was trying to look at some of those, and I think there was quite a lot where we went, nah, it wasn't all that.
I always feel sorry for me and Amy's just by ourselves because we were like, we've got to make this balance.
We're struggling here. You had it easy. You had journal entries as one of your game changers. I saw that and I thought, wow.
It was importing journal entries, actually. And what a game changer that was, still to this day.
When you think how QuickBooks has changed in the years you've been doing this, the look of it, the ability, the reporting, it's insane. I remember back when I first looked at it, and it was at Lord's Cricket Ground, and they did an event there. Don't remember the people there. And my first question was, does it deal with charities? Can we put charities?
It used to have a whole, like, you put a charity in and it just changed everything, didn't it? It was great.
Yeah.
It changed the wording, and that was the first time I had it. And then, like you said, it's probably been through 5 iterations, 6 maybe since then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's come a long way.
Well, I remember signing up to the very first QuickBooks or QuickBooks Online. And then I just dismissed it. Because the very first, they tried to basically replicate desktop.
Yes.
Why?
As a cloud version, and it didn't work. And then, and I left it. And it wasn't until, when they sort of re-released it, and then I got invited to join the sort of TWN, and I thought, oh, they have actually changed it. And it was, that's when it all sort of kicked off, in 2014.
Yeah, 20, around then. I remember Nick. It was actually Nick who I first met. Nick and who was with him? Andy Gleason, if you ever remember him.
Oh yeah.
They came. I wasn't where I was at a different firm. They came to the office and we had a chat before, and they stood at the front, or one of the partners of the firm stood at the front, and obviously everyone knew QuickBooks desktops, floors with one-sided journals and all of that sort of stuff. Partner stood up and said, before you start, and I'm going to swear because Ash didn't want to, but he said, tell me why QuickBooks isn't shit anymore. That's how he started the meeting. By the end of that meeting, he'd bought 100 licenses.
Wow.
And that was with Nick and Andy. And they sort of bought into that. That's that was the future. And that was probably 2015. Yeah, probably around 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. And that's when it sort of all, and they had that, and then the sort of cloud revolution was starting, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or it started just a year or so before.
It started for me with cash flow with a K, and it was QuickBooks Online. Yeah.
No wonder you went to QuickBooks Online. No wonder you like, this is amazing. If you think back to those earlier years, it was so much more of felt like there was a fight going. There felt like it was a bit of a fight and everything else. Where I just don't really feel that. I feel like it's all kind of mellowed out a little bit, and there's still a bit of Xero versus QuickBooks now and again, but Xero's kind of won that battle, haven't they? And it's kind of a little bit like it just doesn't feel like there's that I don't know. It felt like it was a plucky startup almost at the beginning, which is mad for saying how much obviously cash they had behind him and everything else. But it felt like that you were on a journey with him, right? And that's
smaller team, wasn't it? They were still based in Guildford, weren't they? I think at one point when they first had it as well.
I want to say Ramsgate. Was that right?
Maidenhead. Are we talking about Maidenhead?
Yeah, when it first started.
We'll get there one day.
Tiny office, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, bang, the big office in Victoria.
Yeah, it was over the road, wasn't it? Before it was above John Lewis, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was one above John Lewis, and then then they moved to the nice one above Victoria.
Yeah, they've still not built the JV statue in the middle, even though we they should have done. Although thinking about it,
it'd be a Nick Williams statue.
It should be, it definitely should be a Nick Williams one. But the JV one, I'm thinking the two things I was saying that was so good he should put a statue was, number one, work papers, and they ruined that, and number two was pro tax. Probably the less we talk about pro tax, the better. Going forward. Paul Whitehouse said COVID hair, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why. I mean, why else would I've cut my own hair to that extent? Getting that was always a blast. Loads of memories over the years. Always is, isn't it? Always is. Always is. Amy with a few glasses down the line. Classic. So get a reputation for yourself there, Amy.
I've already got that reputation. I'm fine with that. It's fine. I still get the work done.
Well, that's all that matters. Okay, St. John says, "Oh God, online QB was awful for a while. Yeah, when they just tried to replicate the desktop, and I love QB Desktop, where I started after training on Sage Instant. Yeah, it's it was always for me my first ever interaction with QuickBooks was a client coming in, and we were a Sage practice, Sage 950 practice, really small practice. We had one client though had a Mac, and everyone else had a Windows.
Yeah.
So back in the day, it was if you had a Mac, you had QuickBooks. If you had Windows, you had Sage, right? And that was it. It was so simple. And I was the only one who knew we even had to switch a Mac on. So I was QuickBooks champion at that point, just by default, because I knew I had to switch the Mac on. That's how it worked back in the day, right? So yeah, always good fun. I mean, I suppose we best talk about why we're finishing, right? It's great to look back, and I'm really, really fond of the memories that we've had. But it's changed a lot, right? And like me and Ash, when we first did it, it was very much we wanted to get the facts right, and we wanted to have the numbers, and we wanted to show the bits right, and that's what we wanted, right? It was almost an extension to the training, wasn't it, Ash?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and then we kind of tried to bring in a few other faces to try and just get more opinions in there, and opinions and everything else. And like Sai said just then, like I feel like we really got a good dynamic together. I think when we're at these events, we can bounce off one another, we can talk about it and everything else. I feel like that part of it working really, really well. But for me, it felt like my QuickBooks chat channel, I can still pick and choose what I want to show tips and tricks on, and I can kind of mold it, and I can tell a story, and I can put that content together, no problem. But it's becoming increasingly difficult to talk about QuickBooks on this channel because we are, or I am definitely feeling that there is a bit of a, you shouldn't say that, you can say that, you should say that, you shouldn't say that. And they're trying to control the narrative a little bit, which I find really, really strange for saying, full disclosure, we don't get paid for this by QuickBooks themselves. But it got difficult to kind of have an opinion on something. And I'll always remember a couple of episodes back, and I'll let you guys decide which episode that was. There was only 2 of us on that episode. I generally had to sit there and just let the other person talk about a particular topic because I was told I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So it gets a bit awkward and a bit difficult then to actually produce a podcast, especially when a podcast is supposed to be about opinions and talking about it and having, good and bad and the ugly on it, right? And it just gets difficult to kind of bring it from there, which is a massive shame because the amount of changes that are coming through QuickBooks, as Kirsty said at the very beginning, she's had picked up so many tips and tricks over the years. There's more to come because there's so much going, like the product is literally changing on a dime all the time. Like, pull back the curtains, me and Ash helped do the recertification this last couple of weeks, and we had to change things literally on the fly because the product was changing our very eyes, right? Like that's the way that QuickBooks is at the moment.
Yeah. But we didn't talk about the things that weren't working.
Yeah. We had to be very careful on certain things, right?
Yeah, some of those, some of that reporting information, I wouldn't, go banking on it.
Yeah,
I think like being late to the party, obviously. I think like I saw QuickBooks Labs as being the kind of gateway for the changes that were being made and to see it in the reality. And I feel like the communication from QuickBooks to accountants, because at the end of the day, we're all accountants and we're all using it and we all like using it. And this is what we want to talk about, and talk about the things that we'd like. But I think the communication coming out is either via Aaron under NDA, and then he's got to wait, or something changes and we find it. Yeah. And that's been incredibly frustrating lately. We want to sing and dance about the product because we use it day to day, and we don't see what's coming, or it makes it difficult to sing and dance about it when you don't know, you know, and you're just finding things on the fly. And I think QuickBooks trying to control you when you are a lot of accountants' gateway to finding out of these changes has kind of left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. And I know, again, you don't want to say it, but I think that you are a big avid promoter of them, and they've not treated you nicely. And then you being the gateway to the product for us has kind of made us a little bit like, oh, well, what's coming next? What's this? IAS, this keeps changing. Like, Aaron, help, Aaron, and you can't. So it makes it difficult for everyone. So I can say that because I'm under no NDA whatsoever. They just have my face.
Do you remember the time when in the menus, because this is where the podcast name came from, wasn't it? There was QuickBooks Labs.
Yeah, they were the good old days.
Where the new up and coming features would come in there, and you can think, oh, do you want to have an early test of it? So you can, before it's in beta, it's in beta, but I'll turn it on and see if it works. But they sort of taken that away years ago, didn't they? So it's a shame. But the thing is, you'd see things pop up in there, like the invoice template or something. It never actually, it never would come in properly. Or they sort of think, oh yeah, that was great, and then they take it away. And the chart of account imports was in there like a few years ago.
Yeah, and
then they took it out. And then you didn't see it again for about 5 years. So then it appeared in the practice management area.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's the thing. Like, obviously, we talk about QuickBooks Labs. Like, those are the good old days. Like you said, the invoice thing was that. But then the new, I can't remember what it's called now. The new site that says all the coming soons and this is launched and blah blah.
Launchpad, isn't it?
Launchpad. Like, it's great. Like, yeah, tell us, but then don't say things are there, and they aren't there, or they're coming soon, but then there's a whole new platform. So where have they been? Have they been sidelined because there's no new platform, or because there is the new platform? You just have there's no. As I said, the lack of communication around. Whereas before we used to get told, oh, by the way, this is all coming out. We can talk about this.
Yeah, I'm guessing what's probably happens a lot there is that they'll stick it in there, and it's probably it will go to the US, and they'll release it there. So yeah, they've got it. If you logged into the US, you'd see it. But because they've not put it into our region, we don't see it. But that little pot that they've called the launch pad probably just goes to everybody. So everyone will.
Specifically UK thing, wasn't it? That's all. Yeah, these are the things for the UK, and
it was supposed to.
It feels like the UK is being forgotten about again.
Yeah, there's little thing that is like what we've seen today. Some comments that come through is, you go to request something, but all the symbols are in dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in some areas, all the dates are in the American format as well. And yeah, they're little things that do annoy. They're not the end of the world. You think, it's only a currency symbol or it's only a date. I can work it out, but it is annoying.
But it's your perception to a client, right? And if suddenly the client's getting dollars and American, and I think you're right, that QuickBooks Labs side of things would have made some of these problems we've had lately non-existent. The whole thing, because I can talk about it now, because they're not what they're going to do. Tell me to not do another QuickBooks Labs episode. Like, oh well. But the request feature is what we're kind of talking about there. And the request feature is one of these features that has been launched and didn't really get much think about it, right? There's not many people explaining it, talking about the features or anything like that. This should have been a feature hidden behind that QuickBooks Lab button, and you decide if you want to opt in or opt out, right? It shouldn't have just been placed to everyone. Because if people don't know, the original request feature, and a request feature basically go on the bank, click a little button, you can go and ask the client for information, right? Really cool, because when they do a reply, Intuit Intelligence will give them instant reply, and they'll give context to it, and they will, if you give them the wrong receipt, for example, they'll ask for the right receipt. It was those sort of interactions. But they created what's called a magic link, and the idea of the magic link was you're able to get that link that relates to your client, you can send it over to them, they can access it. They don't need to sign in. They don't need to do anything like that. It was frictionless. Maybe they don't have a QuickBooks, like maybe they only have one user and they wanted to get their, when their sub is to do it, or whatever it's going to be, right? It was breaking down that barriers and making the request feature work really, really well. Magic link, love the idea, love the concept of it. And then they suddenly pull it. They literally overnight said, we're not using magic links anymore. And it seems like a small thing, but actually when you've got firms who are trying to get the most out of the software, so they've gone down. I've got a call with a firm tomorrow having to explain to them how they're going to reverse this magic link problem, because I was telling them a couple of months back, magic link's going to solve your problem. Like, this is your biggest pain point at the moment, it's getting information. Here's a cool little solution to work with it. And when they kind of put something out there, they don't really explain it, they don't really give as much, and they leave it up to people like ourselves to work it out and figure it out and everything else. And then they just pull it. That's where it's getting really, really difficult at the moment to just get confident in it, right?
We were trying to figure out prepayments today, weren't we?
Yeah.
Which just suddenly appeared as a menu, but that was it. There was nothing anywhere else to say how it worked or how you did it. And it was only between me and you. We sort of, here, hang on, we have to do that, but it's not called prepayments, it's called something else. And it was like, what? Where is this? Where's the thing to say, we've got prepayments in the system, this is how it works?
I would have loved to brought that into recertification, right? Because that would have been a cool feature to put in there.
Yeah.
But we couldn't make it consistently work. It's just real shame.
Yeah.
Good for Amy.
I was just going to say, and this is
that would have gone on your tier list at the top.
Yeah, it would. It would. And I think this is going back to what I was saying. This is why it's made it so difficult to continue with QuickBooks Labs, because we're going out saying something, advocating for it. This is going to be great. They pull it. It affects us. It affects the people listening. It affects all accountants. If you're going to pull it without communication as to why, or that we are pulling it, then me and Simon don't necessarily get it in the neck. You get it in the neck from people going, you told me to do this and it's not there. So yeah, it does make it difficult to bring about these changes.
You're right, because I talk to lots of clients on different software, and that's one advantage that I do have different software. But I can say to them, they might be looking at moving systems or whatever, and go, we've been told this is going to happen. I'll give it a few weeks, or wait a month or so, then we can it's now gone. And then you're like, nothing's happened with it, or things like that. It does make, you can look like an idiot.
And it's down to communication, isn't it? And I think communication is the big problem point in the moment, the pain point in the moment. We will not go into it because there's too much bad blood and everything else, but there's pulling software just before MTD, other bits.
Go back to that episode. Go back to that episode.
Other bits that have happened that we can't, we don't want to bring up. It's just that frustration that of the communication. If there was a way to communicate that in a better way, and I feel like they had the opportunity with QuickBooks Lab to use that as a platform, because it was for the absolute geeks who loved QuickBooks, right? That's the people who came every single week. The people listening now, right? They were the ones who loved and understood. And there's only one reason you're going to be listening to a podcast about QuickBooks, right? It's because you're invested, right? And you want to go in there. And what you'll do then is you'll pass that on to your clients and your peers and everything else. And I felt like at the very beginning of QuickBooks Labs, they saw that as an opportunity. And that's why we got to interview Nick and we got to do cool things like that. But then we've been going to these events and it's almost like we're having to beg them to be there and having to kind of, do you know what I mean? It didn't feel like we were necessarily welcome with open arms. And I think you could really tell that with the QuickBooks event when we were at Accountex. Love doing that event. thought it was brilliant. And again, Si hit it on the mark. Like, I think we as a collective, like, really made the most of that, and we bounced off one another, everything else. But we weren't given any real access or opportunity or anything else. And I'm not saying we deserve or should or anything like that, but surely it's beneficial to them just to let us in a little bit, like, give us something that we can like build an episode around. And they just don't seem to want to do that, right? And it's really strange.
I think if we have been critical of a feature, they really hang on that.
Yeah.
But I think that what's being forgotten is there is a podcast named after your software. We are all users. We've got trainers. We're not doing this as a QuickBooks bashing exercise. We're doing it because we love the product and we want to see what's out there. We sat and watched the US thing, full well knowing that a lot of it isn't going to come here for a couple of years. But that's because we use the product, we like the product. It is part of our lives, a part of our businesses, day in, day out. So we are invested and we want to shout about it. But when you hang on to the little criticism that we might have of, oh, that doesn't look like it's in the right place or whatnot, and that's where the sourness has kind of come in, because maybe there's things going on in the background that we don't know, but at the end of the day, this is a product. We want to shout about it. Give us the opportunity to shout about it. We have an audience that also love it and that want to share and shout about it. Let us in. And you're right. There was definitely a lot of resistance in the last event at Countex. And I think even Get Connected, it was a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little, but I think that was because there was a lot of uneasiness there, because there was nothing to shout about really, product wise. They could probably see the negativity around Sole Trader, and well, actually, our podcast was really positive because we didn't really understand what was going on.
We got the ball on that one.
Yeah, maybe that's why they took a picture of us. But yeah, I think it's such a shame. It's a shame for us and everyone that listens, but a shame for them as well, because we were giving them an opportunity to shout about what was going on in their world. And it is a shame.
Still bits to shout about. I don't know if you saw my post the other day, but finally in the UK, we now have the ability to import PDF documents. Like, you can now bring them directly into your bank, and up they go. And playing around with it, there's really cool functionality you can do with that. It's not just bank accounts, but there's other ways in which credit cards and PayPal accounts, all that sort. So you just grab the PDF off the client. Oh, that's probably what they've already sent you, and you could upload it and go through from there. And they need people to shout about that, right? And again, we couldn't even get that into recertification because we didn't, we didn't find it in time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's this is why I was really kind of like passionate about building this like podcast in the first place, was to shout about those bits that you just find, and the tips and tricks and the workarounds and everything else. Because actually at the very beginning, that's what we did, wasn't it? We just did workarounds and we showed them how to fix things when it breaks and stuff like that. And just doesn't seem a place that anymore, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, well, going back a few years, I mean, I wrote a book, didn't I, basically about workarounds. But going back to QuickBooks itself. I mean, when was the last time you saw a? Oh yeah, you got it. When was the last time you saw a QuickBooks advert on TV? And
they're all on YouTube and Facebook now.
Yeah, but but the other big two are on all the time.
Yeah,
all of the time. MTD. The most important thing for years, and who's getting the most visibility?
Didn't they have Frank Lampard last year?
Yep.
Yeah, because they've got Gary Neville. We're working way around the footballers.
Well, that's going to be awkward for them now if they do continue West Ham, because now surely that's a Sage, because now that's Championship. So
yeah, it's a Sage.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah,
So they're
they
definitely
can't
not.
stay as a...
They can't sponsor anymore, can they? Because they're going to be sponsored by Sage. Oh well, maybe they'll go to another team.
Maybe. Paul says, I've had to feedback on the US dates, even the receipt capture sometimes transposes the dates. Thank God. Where's our new receipt capture? Let me shout about that, please. We was promised that one. Talking of cool features, we always wished got into QuickBooks. How many years have I been advocating NetTracker should be part of QB?
Oh,
Well, I mean, they've got a perfectly good fixed asset register if you want to go to the advanced version. Oh, wait, I don't need to say that anymore. You must have loved that. Love that, Ash. You must have loved that when that came through. Something I miss in older QuickBooks versions is the QuickBooks templates. Yeah. I mean, that was the only way you could do not partial exemption, margin scheme properly, right? Like, because you could take away the VAT element and it could then calculate it all for you. And that I think that might have been one of our workarounds, one of our very early episodes, right? Ash was talking about how, things like that and everything else. And just never came into fruition. And oh my God, they promised us Apron. I even had research sessions with Apron. Yeah, we'll see how that goes for you. It probably is an NDA I'm not allowed to talk about, Kirsty, so I'm sorry about that.
So should we tell them what's coming next?
Yes.
Well, before that, I've missed the Instagram people. Bev Flanagan has joined. Hello, Bev. Accountant, she joined, and she even says, "Clap, clap, clap" to Amy, louder, Amy. So there you are. You've got a support network.
It was the wine.
That's how it was. Yes. Last 5 minutes to talk about what's coming. Let's change this up from what we are now to. Well, that was not what I expected. 1 second. There we are.
Yay!
Full disclosure, probably going to change the logo. We're probably going to have a brand new logo coming through. But we want to continue the dynamic that Si mentioned. We want to continue that opportunity to talk positive about the products, right? Like, and negative if we need to, but let's have a place where we can talk about the cool new features of everything else. And it, going forward, it won't be QuickBooks Labs. It's going to be Ask the Accountant Tech Labs, with the idea of giving us an opportunity to talk about all the different types. And that means we get to talk about Sage Savvy when Sage Savvy comes along, and have a section on Sage. When we need to do free agent zero, we can talk about Jaxi, and we'll have a section in the podcast about Jaxi. And the term
it's not called that, is it?
Yeah, Jaxi. Just ask.
It makes me laugh every time.
It's supposed to be Wally, though, isn't it? It's supposed to be a play on Wally. I mean, look, these are all to be changed.
Oh, Jaxi.
Jax. I suppose, yeah.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I get it now. I get why no one likes it. It just dawned on me.
Okay, yep.
If you can figure out that one, please do. And free agent as well. We'll figure out what that one's called.
Yay.
So there'll be a free agent one.
Vinny.
The Vinny podcast. Oh yes.
Oh, we need to feature Vinny somehow. And Vera. Is it Vera? There was a rumor. I don't know who created that rumor, but I heard there was going to be a female version.
Oh, really? There's a female version.
I don't know who created it. Someone told me. They could have just be winding me up, but yeah, Vinny and Vera would be quite cool. Yeah.
I like that. And QuickBooks Labs will not be fully going away. If we have a section on QuickBooks, we'll bring that back up.
I don't think that's the thing, right? We're going to be able to cover everything and compare what one product does to another. And
definitely. I'm starting exploring different softwares a little bit more. I'm actually been signed up to the Sage University. I'm going to be giving that a go as well. I know. Right?
It leans into my sitting on the fence quite a lot, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Definitely. Well,
that is true. I'm making my way to the fence. Damn it.
It means we can go to the the Sage Accounting Council and be involved in that without feeling like we're being traitors of any type.
Cheating on them.
Yeah. Ash, from your side, what do you feel? Do you feel like this is a positive move, good move, outside looking in?
I think it's a very good move. I mean, probably a year ago, I started, and then I didn't have the energy to start comparing other softwares. You know, I was looking at I looked at Free Agent, Sage, Xero, and Zoho as well. And Zoho has got some nice features. The invoice template is very nice. It's very easy to set up. And they're all sort of pretty much the same with different colors on them now. But if you just want, if you just want the basic stuff, if you just want to do basic bookkeeping, they'll all do it. It's only really if you want to go a step further and you've got more things that you want to do, then perhaps do you need those things? You know, Xero is, in my opinion, extremely overpriced. I think if you want some of the CIS features, it was like, there was something or other, and you just turn on one thing, and all of a sudden it's double the cost. So yeah, it's a very looking at all of the things and being able to compare them is a good step.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We said, QuickBooks has changed a lot. The whole marketplace is literally changing every day, right?
Yeah.
There's always new, especially the AI stuff as well. I don't know as much as some of it might stick around, some of it not, but at that lower end, just trumping into the likes of Sage, Xero, QuickBooks. AI embedded finance.
And it gives a chance for you to talk about like implicit. Implicit, sorry. I think explicit might be.
I'm not going to speak explicitly. But no, because that's where we talked about QuickBooks going into mid-market with the name that I can't remember what it's called. Enterprise Suite.
Enterprise, yep.
It's still going to have that, and then how does that compare to what already is in the UK? The likes of Intact and all those sort of things. It just gives us chances to say, if someone comes in with a question, we can answer those sort of things.
Yeah. Ash mentioned Zoho, but there's also Odoo, right? Like that's been a big one at the moment that people are playing around with and going through from there. And Ash, the door's always open if you want to come along and lend your expertise.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I do need to be on a guest with all the new features we've got coming out. So
exactly, there we are.
Now, and the AI stuff we've got coming in as well. So
yeah, definitely, we can have a net.
It opens up to have more guests on the show, I think, as well.
It does. And that's what we want it to be, right? And we've also taken on the other criticism, which is it's sporadic at best when we film these episodes. So we're going to commit a new time. We'll make sure we tell it on the socials, but we think it's going to be a Wednesday dinner time-ish, which used to be when the Watch series was on. Watch series hasn't gone away. Lunchtime.
Is this the northern thing in you? Is dinner time your lunchtime?
No, it is always dinner time is the middle one.
My dinner's at like 9 p.m, so we're not coming on then.
No, that's tea time.
No,
that's tea time.
And this is Ash. This is what you're missing out on. This is what the podcast descends into.
Yeah,
Ash, what do you call it at midday?
This is tea time.
Tea time, yeah.
Yes, this is tea time.
Yeah.
No, I was talking lunchtime when
dinner time.
MVP watch.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you, everyone, with the time.
Yeah, you could have breakfast, dinner, or tea, or breakfast, lunch, and dinner, depending on where you're from. We could talk about that for the next half an hour. I've got to go to karate in a minute, so I'm literally.
We'll wrap it up. But no, we want to have a consistent time. It will be around that lunchtime, dinner time, brunch time, whatever time we decide to fall on a Wednesday, consistently, probably the first of each month, something like that. And then the Watch series will be at that time slot as well, and when that needs to be, that'll come into that. So I think that keeps it nice and easy. You got Ask the Accountant main show on 8:30, then on a Wednesday at lunchtime, dinner time, whatever we're calling it, we've got this or Watch series, and I think that makes it quite nicely a little roundup, right? And we don't have to go and create little mini podcasts for every single ones out there. We can talk about it as we go forward. And if we need to, hey, there's nothing stopping us having 2 episodes a month if there's something major happening or something that goes through from there. So there we are. Well, thank you, Ash. Thank you for coming along and you know, being involved and everything else.
Pleasure.
And, yeah, we definitely want you back on another episode coming forward. Anything you'd like to plug or anything? Plug away.
I won't plug anything at the moment. Well, actually, no, I will plug something. You know, obviously, they got the new FRS 102 that came in from January 26th for leases, finance leases, operating leases. So we handle all of that, automate it, calculate the right of use asset, do all of the journal entries that you need for the interest, the whole lot. So if you want to save time on that, have a demo. That's all I can say.
Love that. I mean, hashtag audit Amy was happy about it. So yeah, you're going there.
I just think for my audit clients, we need to talk Ash.
Yes. Drop us a message.
Yeah, definitely. Hashtag, I already forgot what your hashtag was, but it's something about working with lots and lots of different softwares at the same time. Si, anything you want to plug, push?
Nothing in particular. I've got a video series that around tech companies coming out. Well, it's one episode. We're just talking around how we do software advisory for tech companies and how we go about doing a big project, basically.
I love that.
So that sort of stuff, it ties quite nicely into what we're doing going forward, I think, as well.
So system advisory, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So that's coming out end of the month, I think. So we do lots of stuff around that.
What would it be on YouTube or?
Yeah, it will be on YouTube. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Make sure you like, subscribe, push, all that sort of stuff. Hashtag audit Amy. What do you like? Push, plug. The floor is yours.
Well, my Pit Stop podcast came out back end of last week where I was being interviewed. There's some interesting snips and a little bit of singing from me, which I didn't know was going to be there. I was just testing the mic, which has now been turned into a reel, which I'm very thankful for. So yeah, look on the RC Accountant YouTube for my Pit Stop podcast.
Definitely. My final plug is go get yourself recertified. Tomorrow opens at 10 o'clock. Yeah. Make sure if you're the first 500, I want to say, you get some swag. I might have got that number wrong. Whatever the number is. Yeah, 500. You get yourself some swag, so make sure you get yourself recertified nice and early. And if you want to help passing that one, then me and Ash put together, and Annette put together the recertification material. So you can either watch it on demand over at the QuickBooks Pro Advisor area, or come along to one of our webinars. Go from there. And there it is, printed off in all its glory.
I'm ready. I want the swag.
And we're going to let you guys in a little secret. Those who know, Jane Engineering made a guest appearance in the recertification because that was the very first training module, a training company we ever did. And I want everyone who does watch it to try and find out the connection between the client list in the American product. So just going to put it out there. There is a connection, and only you guys who are the geekiest of QuickBooks people will ever notice and see it from there. So there you go. That's my plug.
We've missed Nelson Fireplaces. We could have stuck
I was trying my best. I tried so hard. I got Jane Engineering and I felt proud of myself. I thought, I don't want to push it any further. Don't want to push it any further. Kirsty says, doing an end of year on Sage. I love that. I guess you can look at products that bridge the main products: Apron, Adfin, Xenon, Engager, maybe 100%. That's exactly it, Paul. Mr. Watch series, more please. Yep, we'll bring it back. MTD, we want to celebrate filing those first MTDs, right? So we'll bring that through. And yep, got the video. I need to watch it. Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. Well, it's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
Keep going, say goodbye. I'm trying to find the off button. Here's our brand new outro that you've probably recognized, but we'll have a new one very, very soon. It's goodbye, QuickBooks Labs. Hello, Tech Labs.